started. Denny is going to talk to us today about the process for a birth mom to place her child.
Yeah, our phone line is open 24 hours a day, and we do answer the phone 24 hours a day.
Yes.
So the very first thing is we would love to send out our information packet, and we can mail it to you, give you a link, or in your email.
Yeah.
So, and this has it has lots of information in it, like what we do provide. And it also just has the beginning paperwork. This paperwork, it's not legally binding. It only gets the process started.
Okay.
And then, so however we can get you, our packet is the very first step. Once we get this back and the paperwork signed, then we go from there. We call our birth parents our heroes because they are just our heroes. We love them. Yeah. I feel like
I know, it's okay. I'm going to get emotional too.
So yeah, I work with the heroes in the agency. And so we bring everyone here, and then we just start, once we get your application, then we start the process. So it just is, we need a picture of your ID, any proof of pregnancy that you might have. In this paperwork, it actually has a HIPAA form too, and then we can just request your medicals. Only regarding this pregnancy, that's all we want to know about. And then our pregnancy counselor will reach out to you. You have lots of different options. If you're not, we are located in the state of Utah.
Yeah.
And one of the options is actually coming here to deliver your baby. And a lot of girls really like that. It's a really good option for a lot of girls.
Yeah. I can imagine getting out of toxic situations or abusive situations.
Yeah.
And just kind of having a fresh start. I think for me, that was huge. Just knowing that my life was about to change. I was a birth mom. And so knowing that my life was about to change, getting into a new scenery, I feel like also helps with your mental health.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And then we're all here to support you too, because a lot of girls might not have a good support system.
Right.
So we have our pregnancy counselors, our caseworkers, our social workers, and we're a ton of fun too. So if you come, then we get to go do some fun things, and we take you to your doctor's appointments. And we work with nice hotels that have kitchenettes. We take you grocery shopping. And if you're located somewhere else and it just doesn't work for you to come to Utah, then we can sometimes come to you, which is fun too. Because we can just support you from a long
distance.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the next step after the birth mom chooses to either stay in her state or to come to Utah, what's the next step?
So once we get, picture ID and medical and proof of pregnancy, then we can start the matching process, it's a beautiful process because birth moms and expected parents get to look through families that have been approved with our agency. To be an adoptive family, you have to prove background checks, financial checks, home studies. They work really hard. And then when we approve them, then they are with us and we match our birth moms with our adoptive families. And then so we get kind of your profile and we show it to adoptive families and they can say yes or no. And then, but of course they're always going to say yes.
Right.
And then we show them, then you get to look through their pictures. So we call them, you'll get in the packet that I said, there's these fast tracks that show, and you kind of get a little glimpse of them. But then they also send profiles, and they are books you get to look through.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so then you whatever your heart wants for your, you can choose if you want a family that has kids or lives out of the country or lives close, or those are all your different options. And then we can set up phone calls or Skype calls. Sometimes we can even do in-person interviews, meetings, and you get to choose the family that you envision for your baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is a beautiful process how it all works out. It seems to always the perfect fit. It always ends up happening. For me and my adoptive family that I placed with, I feel like we are so much alike and we just get along really well. And it just feels like, that's where my son was supposed to be. And so
that is so neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is all these funny connections.
Yeah.
A birth mom from New York picks a family from Washington State and they have the same family or they know the same people or their
really
dad
crazy.
grew up on the same type of farm that her dad grew up on. I mean, all these different connections, and it's just so amazing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. So then once you're matched with a family, then we can actually help you financially, because we are nonprofit.
Yeah.
And so all the funds come from the family that you're matched with, and they want to help
as much as they can.
So we can help with pregnancy related items. So such if somebody needs help with rent, transportation, food, even clothing, and of course all your medical and any attorney fees, anything like that would be covered by the adoptive family.
Placing a child for adoption can be extremely taxing mentally, physically, all the above. What does Active Love do to help those birth moms that are going through this?
We have the best social workers. We call them pregnancy counselors, social workers, but they are amazing. They're so good to talk to. I'm horrible at advice. I can love and support and help, but when it comes to those hard things that those girls are going through, they talk to the professionals, and we have the absolute best social workers. They've done it for years. They have the best knowledge and advice and counseling, and that's awesome. They can, if they're in Utah, if you choose to come to Utah, then of course it's all in person. We go to parks, or they'll go to lunch. If you choose to stay in the state where you're at, then a lot of counseling can be done over the phone, Skype calls, and like I said, depending on which state, sometimes we come out to you and we actually do still get to meet you face to face and be your support. So, that's and great. The counseling is amazing, and you can get as much as you want or need.
So it can be throughout the entire pregnancy at any time?
The entire pregnancy, even before you're matched. I mean, we offer counseling pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then
that's a great idea.
Through the delivery and through the placement, and then even after you've placed your baby, we have girls call quite a bit saying, I need to talk to Lorraine.
Yeah,
she helped me 10 years ago. A lot of people don't ever leave here because it's kind of addicting. Like just the stories and the touching moments, and seeing the families made, and the birth moms that, they might be in a bad situation when they come to us.
Sure.
And we really try and get them, that counseling gets them on a better path, and the counseling, helps. Okay, where can we look for a job or housing or, whatever you need. And we make a hospital plan, and the social worker actually does that with them. And it's whatever you want. You have so many options during this whole process, and we make an individualized plan for every girl because everybody has different needs.
Sure.
So some of the things that they talk about in the hospital plan is, who do you want in the room with you? Sometimes I get to be in the delivery room, and that is really fun.
I would love to do that. Yeah.
So, but it's whoever they want in the room with them. If they have a significant other, or if they have family support, one of the counselors or one of the coordinators can definitely be in the room. Or sometimes they want the adoptive family in the room, which is neat that they've already made that connection. And so that's something to think about, who gets to hold the baby first. And that is completely up to birth mom. If she wants to hold the baby first, feed the baby first, what her hospital stay with baby looks like, because we want to make sure that your needs are met. Yeah. So we have this hospital plan, so we're all on the same page, and we respect their wishes, whatever they want.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
That's really important.